Who is better, you or him?
Him.
Yeah, you can be better in ilm. That is accepted. Knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam was preferred and was raised above angels. Why?
Wait. Okay.
Because of the ilm that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him. He said, tell me. فَقَالَ أَنْبِئُونِ بِأَسْمَاءِ هَؤُلَاءِ. Tell me the names of these. They said, لَا عِلْمَ لَنَا يَا رَبِّ. We don't, subhanallah. We don't know. He said to Adam alayhi salam, tell them. So Adam alayhi salam was preferred. We missed the whole live stream. La ilaha illallah. Just do it. Just let Abdul Razak handle it. Just handle it.
It's good.
It's good, Sheikh?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, now we are from 0 minutes or we are for 0 minutes?
We are 1 minute in.
1 minute in. I've been speaking for 10 minutes.
Yes, unfortunately.
Send me you know. What do we know? What do we know? Let's start from the beginning. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. We start for the people that are online. A holy man was asked, أي الناس أشرف? Which among the people are the best? Which among the people are the most noble? He picked up 2 handfuls of sand and he said, you tell me which one of these 2 is the most noble? He said, all human beings are from dust, but the best of you, the closest of you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most pious amongst you, the most righteous amongst you. Who is righteous nowadays? They say we are better. The others say no, we are better. The others say no, we are better. Which amongst us is the most righteous? That's what you need to look. What is righteous? Righteous in their conduct, righteous in their words, righteous in their actions, righteous in their thoughts, righteous in their intentions, righteous in their ideas. Who is amongst us like that anymore? Very rare. We are trying. We are trying to be better. So, highness or nobleness or to be distinguished is not by that what you are created from, rather is by your taqwa, as we said, is by the piety and righteousness of a human being. So this dunya is what? This dunya, as awliya have said, it is suq al-akhirah. It is the bazar. MashaAllah. Somebody went to Istanbul, he just told me. He's been there, where is he? A month ago. You went to the bazaar? Yeah, sure. The grand bazaar. Yeah. Dunya is the bazaar of akhirah. Shop. Shop till you drop. Shop. Shop in this dunya for akhirah. Sooner or later, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look what you have accumulated, what you have acquired in this dunya, in this bazaar, and use your mind to find out what to take and what not to take and what to leave. Nobody is using their minds anymore. What are they using? Hawa. What is hawa? Desires. They enter into the grand bazaar. They get bewildered by the gold, right? The first minute you enter that grand bazaar, all of it is shops of gold. Your eyes are dazed. You don't know where to look at. That is your desire. You desire that dhahab. You desire that gold. You desire that money. You desire that wealth. You desire that glamour. So people are moving in this bazaar of dunya by their desires. But by what they want people to see on them. Let me look more beautiful. Let me look more handsome. Let me get some hair transplant. Let me fix my nose. Let me get some Botox. That does not help you in akhirah. What helps you in akhirah? Aql. Your mind. You use your mind. Where does the mind take its power from? from guidance, from huda. Allah gave us the mind for what? To differentiate between huda and hawa. Differentiate between the guidance of heavens and the desires of the ego. So when you are in this dunya, and when you are shopping in this dunya, make sure you use your aql. By that aql you reach taqwa, as we said. Your levels get higher and higher by the piety and righteousness that you exhibit. Where are we from that? Nowhere to be found. We are driven by the desires of the heart. You are driven by the gold and prestige and fame and power that this dunya offers you, O human being. So, ad-dunya suqul akhirah. In this dunya, you are created from dust. In this dunya, you have to acquire piety and righteousness. This is your bazar for akhirah. If you want to be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make sure you become from the most pious ones. If you want to be close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, close to awliya Allah, close to anbiya Allah, close to the good ones, to the salihin, make sure you acquire piety, acquire righteousness, good conduct. Always be mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you use your mind for that. Al-aqlu qa'idul khair, as they said. Aql is the leader or is the guide of khair. If you use your mind, you will always find goodness and you will give goodness. But if we use our desires and our dreams and ideas and thoughts, we will trample on others. وَالْهَوَى مَرْكَبُ الْمَعَاصِي, as they said, desires is the ride of disobedience. Desire is the ride of sayyi'at, bad deeds. If you follow the desires, you're going to fall into bad deeds. If you follow the mind, which is huda, guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you're going to go to the land of goodness. Try as much as you can, all inside. Try to be a good one. A good one. When he went to the Grand Bazaar, did he go with $10? What do you think? No, Sheikh, you don't go with the $10. You at least have you go with credit cards, no cash nowadays. But at least the limit is $50,000. You have to buy gold. Awliya Allah have said, Al-mal, wealth, rida'u takabbur. It is rida. What is rida? Sarwal qamis. Is that what? Sarwal qamis of what? Of kibr. Man. When you have money, what happens to you? You feel great. Isn't that true? Even to the Muslims it happens. Leave the non-Muslims. Let them be in their whatever they're doing. But the Muslims that have received guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for them to become one of the best and among the best. Once they have that dough, what happens to them? They become the most proud. Oh, he's a doctor. Proud Muslim. He's an engineer. Proud Muslim. He's on the board of the mosque. Proud Muslim. He's a CEO of a big company. You see that pride that is not allowed in Islam. No pride. Rather, you become the opposite. You have to humble yourself. Rasulullah was the most humble. So al-mal. So when you have money, it becomes your dress of kibr. When you have power, it becomes a means of kibr, of pride and arrogance. You heard about Namrud, right? Namrud, what happened? Who's Namrud? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does he say in Holy Quran? Namrud is the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ataahu Allahul mulk. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him kingship. Who read Surah Al-Baqarah? Surah Al-Baqarah. استعيذ بالله ألم تر إلى الذي حاج إبراهيم في ربه أن آتاه الله الملك. Do you see the one, or did you hear of the one, or are you aware of the one that debated with Ibrahim alayhi salam with regards to his Lord? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him kingship. So the one that has kingship the one that has power and authority, what happens? He claims to be Lord himself. I don't have to tell you, you can see it. The smart Muslim is the one that can correlate the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with what's happening in his life. Quran is part of your life. It tells you, it is Quranul Natiq. It speaks to you. You have to find where is it happening, or where is it passing in Holy Quran. What is happening to me in my lifetime? So the one that has prestige and power and wealth and kingship, what happens to him? He becomes mutakabbir, he becomes proud. If you are proud, you are not muttaqi, you are not from the pious ones. You are not from the pious ones. So Namrud, what happened? Namrud, he debated with Ibrahim alayhi salam. He said, I am Lord. Maybe he's up there, but I'm here, Lord. And ata'ahu Allahu Nur. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him wealth. So be careful. If you have some money in your hand, don't be proud. Then you will follow that character of Namrud. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was not happy with him. It is said, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you means, you will try to find perfection. Right? When He gives you means, a human being's nature is to find perfection. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the means, and you start following your desires, and looking to this dunya with your 5 physical senses, you start seeing that this dunya is where I reach perfection. So how do you reach perfection in dunya? First, I acquire money, I gather money. Second, with the money, I gather prestige and power. Third, with the prestige and power, I become a ruler. That is the perfection if you are left to your desires. A human being, when he has the means, he will become a Fir'aun. When he has the means, he will become a Namrud. Do you see it nowadays? But the one that is given to tarbiyah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honors you and honors me and honors others and allow you to receive discipline, tarbiyah, sahibu tarbiyah, the one that can discipline you, who is that? Nabi. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has come for what? To turn your eyes from dunya, to turn your eyes from asking perfection in dunya to asking perfection in akhirah. Does Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam take you and guide you and tell you how to reach perfection in akhirah or not? Kalamullah, Quran al-Karim came for what? Came to teach us how to reach perfection in akhirah. So when you give yourself to sahibu tarbiyah, to Nabiullah, if you accept what he's telling you, and or Waliullah, Nabi or Wali, true ones, not the fake ones. So many fake ones. But when you give yourself to sahibu tarbiyah, what is his job? Some people, they come against awliyaullah. Why you come against awliyaullah? Awliyaullah is trying to do what to you? He's trying to change, to turn your eyes from dunya to akhirah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has come to turn your eyes from dunya to akhirah. So you start wanting to reach perfection in akhirah. So you start applying and following what the guide is teaching you. What Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is teaching us. You follow his sunnah, you follow his ways. Why? Because you want to reach where he reached. He's teaching you the correct way. If you want to reach perfection in akhirah, follow me. Who wants to reach perfection in akhirah? No one. Everybody is running after some position here and there. If they cannot get a position in government, they try to get a position in corporate world. If they cannot get it in corporate world, they try to get it in their communities or society, whatever it is. If they cannot get it, then they want to get it at home. I am the one. They try to reach perfection in dunya, and that's the wrong way. The right way is to reach perfection in akhirah. You will start it from dust, you will go back to that dust. There's no perfection in dunya. If I heard the story, and I repeated it so many times. One time they brought 2 coffins to the masjid so they can perform Salatul Janazah after the prayer. One of them was a king, one of them was a peasant or a poor guy, poor sa'aluk, beggar. Which one is which, do you know? They're wrapped. They're all in a shroud, they're in a coffin, and they're going to go in the grave. Which one was the king, which one was the beggar? So your origin is dust. Your end is dust. The titles leave you once they put you for Salatul Janazah. There's no more title. I am the king. You're not anymore. There's somebody else in your place. Isn't that true? I am the Sultan. What Sultan? Waliul Ahad, the one that Crown Prince is waiting for his turn. You're gone. I am the president. What president? Look, they buried Jimmy Carter and they buried other people. They're gone. Somebody else is in their place. There is no titles after that. There's no titles. So perfection, whatever perfection you reached in this dunya, is finished. But perfection of akhirah, does it continue? If you reach perfection in akhirah, if you reach close levels and acceptance in the divine presence, if you reached close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to Nabiyyin, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, Salihin, you have made it. So our way is what? Is reminding. I learned from my teacher, and my teacher learned from his teacher, and his teacher learned from his teacher. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Oh Habibi, Ya Habibi, remind them. You already know. I know, you know, she knows. But we need a reminder. So our majalis is not about lecturing and teaching and telling you something you don't know. Rather, it's reminding myself, reminding others. Turn your eyes from dunya and perfection that you are seeking in dunya and turn it to akhirah and try to reach perfection in akhirah. You are in the bazar, oh my friend. What do they do in the bazar? They shout, come here, we have the deals. Didn't they do that? They pull you into the store. They cheat you. Be careful. Grand Bazaar is full of cheaters and liars and thieves. You never know. Shaitan does the same. Shaitan in this bazaar keeps calling you. Come here. Come with me over there. Come with me over there. And what do? Ma'al asaf, unfortunately, we follow him here, we follow him there, we follow him there. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened that door of istighfar. Walhamdulillah. That is from the fazl and karam of an-ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He opened the door of tawbah and istighfar. Because He showed you that your father in Jannah disobeyed. وَعَصَى آدَمُ رَبَّهُ فَغَوَى عَصَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, Asa means disobeyed. Adam disobeyed his Lord. But ثُمَّ تَابَ عَلَيْهِ فَاجْتَبَاهُ وَهَدَى. But then he accepted his tawbah and brought him close to him and guided him back to his original level. So mu'min, Muslim, even if you go after Shaitan calling you here and there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened that door of tawbah. As He opened it for Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, it's open for all humanity. If we have done something wrong, see it, acknowledge it, and turn back. That's the right way. Rather than doing something wrong, we do something right. So my message to myself, my message to everybody that's here, turn your eyes from reaching perfection of dunya to reaching perfection in akhirah. That is more, it's better for all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be in His presence. When we pass on to the other life, that we are from the accepted ones. We are with Nabiyyin, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, Salihin. I think the ayah, if I remember correctly, وَمَنْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ. If I'm saying it وَمَنْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. Basically, it begins with whoever obeys Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, فَأُولَٰئِكَ. Them are with the ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has favored. Nabiyyin, Siddiqin. So that the way to be with them is to follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent, to follow what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had said and taught. And then you will be with the pious ones, with the good ones. So you are from what? Your origin? Dust. So who is better? Which among people is better? They're all from dust. But there's no more wisdom nowadays because people are not using their mind. Wisdom exited. Ilm exited. Zuhud exited. What is zuhud? It's the opposite of desire. Desiring dunya or undesiring dunya. Ilm, it is said that all religions shared 4 akhlaq. The first akhlaq is ilm, knowledge. That exited. Second is zuhud, to withdraw from dunya and its pleasures. That also is gone. Third, ihsan, goodness and generosity to others. That also is gone. Fourth, amana, honesty, trustworthiness, truthfulness. Is that existing nowadays? Honesty and truthfulness and trustworthiness? That exited as well. So these 4 characteristics that are the core of all heavenly messages, to be from the good ones, to have your piety and righteousness, knowledge about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, withdrawing from the desires and pleasures of this dunya, and generosity and goodness, and the last one is truthfulness, honesty and trustworthiness, amana. So ilm, zuhud, ihsan, amana. It's gone. People have lost it. People have forgot about it. So we try. Wherever we go, we try to bring back these concepts into people's hearts. Dunya is dhillun za'il, as awliyaullah have said. It's a fleeting shadow. It runs away from you. Ever caught your shadow? Did you try? Did you try running after your shadow? Run. When the sun rises, mashallah, everybody prays pleasure. Wait for the sunrise. Turn your back to the sun and run after your shadow. Can you catch it? Can't catch it. This dunya, you cannot catch it. The host of the house, alhamdulillah, he works in his house, but so many people, they work outside. What do you do when you work outside? Tell me your morning. Who works outside? Tariq, you work outside? I'll tell you, when I used to work, I jump out of my bed when the alarm is ringing. I get dressed very fast, I eat very fast, and I run out the door. Isn't that what we do? Banging the door on the way out. With your with your Now's laptop. Running into this dunya. And at the end of the day you come back, I did not make the deal yet. Tomorrow I'll try again. Tomorrow you try, you make the deal. But you're not comfortable. You earned $1 million. You're not comfortable. I want a second one. I want a third one. So my teacher, what he said one time is that if people are content when they acquire something in this world, why are they always, their heart is always not content? They think that if I get my $5 million, I will be set. They get it, but their heart is not set. That means their heart is seeking something else. Your heart is not seeking dunya. Your heart is seeking Mawla. Allow your heart to have that space. How do you get that space for the heart? Worship. Meditation, they say, contemplation, whatever it is. Sit down and connect yourself to your Lord. Say, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Say, La ilaha illallah. Say, Subhanallah. Talk to your Lord. Why don't you talk to your Lord? Talk to Allah. He said, I am close. فَإِنِّي قَرِيب. I'm closer to you than you ever can think. You need that space for your heart. Your heart is not content with dunya. your heart is content with Mawla, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Give your heart that space. At least the 5 prayers can give you that space. Inna al-hasanati yudhibna as-sayyi'at. The good deeds will push away the bad deeds. So our ulama have said when you pray, it is good deed. It pushes away the darkness of the dunya that you have acquired when you were outside. So you're in the office, mashallah, doing whatever you want to do about this dunya, and you're not happy with whatever is happening. You give yourself a break and you pray, and then you calm down. That is the Nour that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends to your heart. That is tuma'nina. That is sakina. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring that into your heart. So you feel good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always allow us to be in His presence. Never ever forget about Him. Rather always be under His watch. He said, I am watching over everything. Does He sleep? He doesn't sleep. Does He snooze? He gets tired? No, it's in Ayatul Kursi. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. If you believe in that, how can you be unaware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He said, I don't sleep. I watch you. He watches us. But not watching us that He is gonna get us. He watches us to give us. Is my servant asking? Is my servant turning to me? So turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Leave the rest. Leave the rest to Malikul Mulk, to the one that owns everything. Today I was driving with my friend. He's my Hajj buddy. I was driving with him. And then I told him that our teacher always used to mention this verse in Surah Ali Imran. Whenever there's a problem, especially with nowadays politics and all here and internationally, our teacher taught us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Holy Quran, Nasta'id billah, قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ. Say, Allahumma, Ya Rabbi, Ya Allah, Allahumma means Ya Allah. Malik al-Mulk, the one that owns all dominions. The one that everything belongs to Him.